the much bigger challenge we have to talk about is to avoid consequences of unchecked climate change. Therefore, I'm very thankful to have the chance to speak to you anyway. Let me take the chance to tell you what we at My Climate do for climate action, and afterwards introduce you to Daniela Matysiak from Kyocera, Germany. She will guide you through the world of Print Green campaign of Kyocera. I hope that we can show you with this example how climate action and CO2 reduction can help companies to create brand identification and increased value for their customers. But let me first of all tell you some sentences about My Climate and what we are doing and how we try to do this. So now I have I try to start the presentation is not running now. So everything is good. Oh, yes, here's my first slide. Yes, thank you. My Climate is an international initiative with Swiss roots, and we belong to the global leaders in voluntary quality compensation measures. So next slide. So I have a little time gap, I think, with my slide. So hopefully it will run shortly. So yes. Moreover, the foundation offers consultancies on integrated climate protection with tangible added value. My Climate provides this through analysis, IT solutions, labels, and resource management. Our service range is from simple carbon footprinting for businesses over sophisticated product life cycle assessments to performance management. And our third basis is doing education through our interactive and action-oriented educational program. My Climate encourages everyone to make a contribution towards our future. With this goal, over 20,000 pupils and more than 8,000 apprentices have been reached in Switzerland, and a worldwide network of 1,600 students and young professionals has been established. And last but not least, our worldwide projects, we deliver and develop project with the highest quality. My Climate promotes quantifiable climate protection and long-lasting development worldwide. Through these projects, emissions are reduced by replacing fossil fuel sources with renewable energies and by implementing energy-efficient technologies. Not to forget that our focus is to contribute as much SDGs as possible. Our clients include large, medium, and small businesses, public administrations, non-profit organizations, event organizers, and private individuals. But now let's dive into the best practice. Practical climate protection in companies can be the starting point for success in the coming years. I would even go so far to say that sustainability and climate protection will be among the decisive business success factors in the near future. The special challenges that man-made climate change is already posing today and will continue to pose in the future also offer special opportunities for companies that are prepared for it. Customers want to consume while keeping the world in its most healthy state. Your company will be successful in the long run if you are the one who makes this possible. And this brings me to right to the end of my part in this presentation. Let me introduce you Daniela Matysiak from our partner Kyocera. She will guide you through the next minutes and show how green concepts can be created. Yes, Daniela, I think I was really fast now, but hopefully you are on the run.
Yes, thank you, Harald.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Hello, everybody. My name is Daniela Matysiak. I'm CSR Manager of Kyocera Document Solutions Germany. And I'm really sorry that I cannot be there with you today in Frankfurt. And actually, I'm also now sorry that you even can't see me. My camera worked a few minutes before this meeting, but suddenly stopped. So I thought after a few months of home working, everything should work now properly. But I'm sorry that it doesn't. Maybe it's better you don't see me. I can't decide that, but I hope you can anyway hear me. So I'm very happy to give you a short introduction into our Print Green program. And first of all, I would just like to give you a bit information about our company, because maybe not everybody knows Kyocera. I think also my slides are a bit delayed, so I will just wait shortly if next slide will pop up. Our German head office is located in Meerbusch, that's near Düsseldorf, and we are a provider of document management, which means that we are offering printers, multifunctional devices, and of course also digital document management solutions. Yes, there the slide is. So we belong to the Kyocera Corporation, which is a group of companies with worldwide over 75,000 employees, and which is located with its headquarters in Japan, in Kyoto. Also, our headquarter from the division Kyocera Document Solutions is located in Japan. It's Osaka. But let's stick to the company's name, Kyocera. It's created out of two words, from Kyoto and ceramics. And that's because when our founder, Dr. Inomori, founded the company in 1959, he started with its first product, and it was a ceramic insulator for the use in television pictures. And since then, Kyocera became a world-leading expert in an expanding range of ceramic components for electronic and structural applications. And also we, as the division for document management systems, we have this technology in our products, and I will give you a bit more information later on that. First of all, I would just like to share with you our company philosophy. And we are proud that our founder founded the company with having the philosophy with respect the divine and love people. So if you translate divine as environment, there is this combination of the idea of the concept of sustainability is in our corporate philosophy, because he said that the harmonious coexistence between nature and society should be the underlying foundation of all our business activities. And that's very good to have a philosophy like that in the company, because when somebody makes a strange decision, you can always point on that philosophy. So that's kind of the basis of our DNA. Actually, by now, next slide should already be on the screen. Okay, that was
Ms. Daniela, just tell me when to switch slides. I'm going to switch them on my side.
Okay, thank you. That's very nice of you. So that was the slide for the philosophy. And if you would be so nice and go to the next slide. Yes, then I will continue that with our philosophy and the ceramic-based product technology that we have at Kyocera Document Solutions, we could develop a printing technology that is long-lasting and thereby resource efficient. Regarding our regarding our climate neutral strategy, we follow the principle of avoid before reduce before offset. So that means that our product design and also the production process, there we try to avoid as much as emissions as possible, and then try to reduce as much emissions as possible. And only the currently not reducible carbon emissions we then offset in the next step. So of course, this is a process that is not a thing that is done one time. Of course, we always have new developments in product designs and production technologies. So it's always a process with the hope that we offset or need to offset in the future less and less CO2 emissions. If you go to the next slide, I can just show you a few examples of our avoid and reduce strategy. Our technology is, as I said, based on ceramic, and we have this photoreceptor drum that's kind of the heart of a printer, and it ensures that the toner is transferred to the paper. And by that process, the photoreceptor drum is exposed to a lot of heat and friction, and the drum normally needs to be exchanged a few times in a printer's life. And because we have this kind of ceramic-based amorph silicon drum, our photoreceptor drum is very hard and very friction resistant, and that allows the printing of more than 1 million pages with one drum. And that means that with every change of the toner, you don't have to exchange the complete thing with a photoconductor drum, etc. And that, of course, saves a lot of resources. When you go to the next slide, you also see that our toner is optimized, that the fusel temperature for melting the toner can be 30% lesser than in conventional products. And also our product strategy involves that we are completely avoiding styrofoam in our transport packaging. We use recycled cardboard as a transportation protection and always try to minimize the packaging amount as much as possible, because of course on the one side it reduces the packaging, but also it reduces the CO2 emissions for transportation, because you can transport more devices by that. When we go to the next slide, as I said, we are following our, let's call, basic principle of avoid before reduce before offsetting. And by doing that, and concentrating on the offsetting part, the emissions that we can't reduce or avoid right now, we look together with My Climate on our company, or not company, but product carbon footprint of our devices and the toner. We did that in 2010 for the first time, and of course by now reviewed it a few times, because more and more devices are developed, and of course also the product carbon footprint was reduced already significantly. In 2011, after we calculated for the first time the product carbon footprints, we decided to offer our customers the possibility to offset the CO2 emissions of their device. They didn't have to pay completely for it. When they choose to do it, we took half of the costs. But as you can imagine, as it was not, as it was free, it was their free choice, that it was not used very often, so we didn't compensate that much. And it was actually for us too low. And when you go to the next slide, thank you, you see that we made the decision that we want to offset all of our products by default. So in 2013 and 2019, we decided to offset all our toners and devices per default. So the customer doesn't need to decide if he wants to or not. And by that, of course, we could generate very much impact So we are estimating about 180,000 tons per year that we are offsetting this way. Of course, we all know that it would be better to offset nothing because no CO2 emissions are generated. But as the current situation is that you can't avoid all of CO2 emissions, carbon offsetting is definitely a choice, like the choice that you can make when you have already reduced and avoided lots of emissions. By this concept, of course, we are able to take this topic to our customers, and of course, it also generates for us a competitive advantage. And because it's regarding the complete range of our products, we are always taking it into talks with customers, and by that, it was very important for us not just to tell our customers, yes, you know, you will get a device that is carbon offset and just buy it and have fun with it, but we wanted also to raise awareness for climate protection projects, and like to get our customers a bit more insight on the projects. And on the next slide, you can see one of our climate compensation projects from My Climate, where we are working with. We are actually working with 3 different projects, all generated by My Climate. And it was very important for us that it is a project that has lots of impact on different sustainable development goals. So not only on the carbon compensation, but also social impact, economical impact for empowering women, for example. So that was the reason why we decided to work together with My Climate and decide to take always just gold standard projects. You can imagine these projects are, of course, a bit more expensive than maybe cheaper projects that have other standards. But for us, it was very important to know that it's a good beneficial project, and also a project that we can talk with with our customers about. On the next 2 slides, you see that we also have a actually, that's not the small biogas plant in Nepal. That's the solar cook stoves in Madagascar. And on the next slide there, you can then see the small biogas plants in Nepal. So all projects are quite small scale, and we always get report from My Climate, the impact that the project made every year. And we get lots of insight and have also direct contact to the projects. And that led us to the point, what you can see on the next slide, that we didn't want to tell our customers just, yeah, you get the climate neutral project, but we wanted to kind of educate them and tell them a bit more about climate protection or carbon offsetting. And we decided to create a website and also visited the projects. Here you see some just pictures of videos that we took in Kenya in the cooking stove project. And we went there and interviewed people that are part of the project. Some craft worker that make the cooking stove, some people that buy the cooking stove and profit from it. They were interviewed and had the possibility to tell a bit more about how that changed their life, what they are doing. And by that, you get your customers better emotionally involved in the topic, and it's easier for them to understand the sometimes quite hard to understand offsetting process. Because when you're not in the CSR topic, then lots of people, they don't know really what carbon offsetting is. So by that, actually, it was better for us to kind of tell the story and involve our customers. And it really helps us a lot in sales discussions with customers, because they're really happy by that also to support these kind of climate projects. And on the next slide, you see that it created kind of a win-win situation for kind of all of us. On the one hand, we have the climate protection. That's the reason why we do that and engage in that project. But of course, we are a sales company, and our sales division was, of course, very happy that they could offer our customers always a climate certificate when they hand over a device, or if toner is bought. So they kind of can take this kind of social a bit a topic that you need to explain a lot. You can also have it on the certificate and inform people in your country, inform the IT manager, because he just makes the decisions on facts and figures. So by that you actually can involve customers very much in that topic. You get a new topic with the customer to talk about. So it's a win-win situation. It's a competitive advantage for us. It's also for the customer a good thing, because he supports climate protection projects, but actually doesn't have to do for that lots of effort. He has a story to tell in their company, and to also generate awareness in the company from the customer for climate protection. So by that, I just wanted to give you a short overview on how we developed our climate protection project, Print Green, and use it also as a sales tool. So by that, and the next slide, I end my presentation. Thank you very much for listening, and I'm happy to receive questions together with Harald if you have some.